Ladies and gentlemen, old guy coming at you again from Triumph Waukesha with the 2024 Triumph Speed Twin 1200. I've always loved the look of the Speed Twin 1200, and I was always more partial to the Speed Twin versus the Bonneville T120. This one, I don't know, it just fits me. I just love the look and the design. It's similar, but there's subtle differences between the two, and this one works for me. Let's take a look at the specs of this beautiful machine and then take it out on the road and share the first ride experience on this beautiful 2024. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of parallel twins. I'm a little bit more partial to triples, inline fours, and V4s are my favorite engine styles. But this 1200cc parallel twin is really good in every iteration I've ridden in it. Sometimes can be a little bit buzzy in the pegs, but overall it's got such an amazing torque delivery. This bike is claiming 98.6 brake horsepower at 7,250 RPMs and 83 foot-pounds of torque at 4,250. So it's coming in pretty early in the rev range, which is an amazing thing to feel, and hopefully we'll be able to capture a little bit of that on the ride. So we have an inverted front suspension with like 330 millimeter discs. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. You have 4-piston calipers from Brembo and steel braided brake lines. This does have ABS. So in the back we got preload adjustable dual rear shocks. We have a 160/60/17 rear tire, a looks like a 216 millimeter brake disc, and a 2-piston caliper. So in the back, plenty of braking power. In the front, plenty of braking power. This bike is, to me, I just love this bike. I really do. So let's take a look at the seat height and then do what I really want to do, and that's get on the road. So, seat height claimed on this is 31.9 inches. And claiming a wet weight of 496 pounds. Now, I'm 5'9" with 30-inch inseam, and I weigh 220 pounds. So, throwing my leg over it, this bike just, yeah. See, it just fits me. I am nearly flat-footed on the bike. It's very slim in the tank. The pegs are, for me, it's like, this is my perfect riding position. This is the riding position I like, with my legs back and behind. Just a personal thing for me. I really like it. So, let's hit the road and see if the Speed Twin is still one of my favorite Triumphs. See, the old adage of there's an ass for every seat is perfectly situated when it comes to the Speed Twin for me. This bike is just seems to fit me very well. It's a little bit more sporty, and it just works for me. The engine is tuned differently than the T120, and just the look of this bike and the feel of this bike is, to me, fantastic. I've mentioned in other videos I've never been a big fan of bar end mirrors. However, these bar end mirrors, they're not bad. This non-adjustable suspension
I mean, would I like an adjustable suspension? Yes, I would. For the money, I would really like one, because this is not a cheap motorcycle. I mean, honestly, this is actually pretty pricey. Like $13,400. So there's a lot of bikes you can buy in this price point that have, you know, better suspension, that provide more power, all that. But I don't think any of them have the looks that this does. Honestly, it just, for me, this bike just has a look to it, and I'm sorry, I think it's gorgeous. You know, you still have that older analog style dash with the tiny little LCDs on the bottom, and that gives it that look, that feel of older, and I love it. And just more than enough street power. You know, I just want to get out there, get out into traffic and go. And this has got more than enough power to do that. I mean, none of the Triumph parallel twins have quick shifter options, which honestly, a quick shifter on a parallel twin is never really that good. They're okay, but they're all kind of clunky. God, this bike is... It's very, very flickable from side to side. It just dives in. One thing I wish this had is the tank pads. If you look down there, my legs should be about right here, and they're here. I have to really dig them in because they don't have that little bit thick tank pad right there, just to increase the width of the tank where my knees need to go. Just one thing I would like for the bike to have. You know, if you're gonna own it, I would suggest that, because it's just nice to not have to reach quite as much. It's plenty fast. I mean, the torque figure just comes in so low in the rev range. So it has this wonderful torque pull to it. Let's line up and see a U-turn. Just a little outside of 2 with the wheel. Might have gotten it just a little bit tighter. I wasn't quite full lock when I started. Like, if you, for me, if you can do a U-turn in anywhere close to 2, you're going to be fine in just about any street environment you need to be able to handle. So yeah, surprisingly enough, the vibrations really aren't that bad on this bike. They're really not. I felt a lot worse even on other 1200 cc's from Triumph. These vibrations there's very little vibration in the pegs, a little bit of vibration in the hands, but it's not bad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, 2024 Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Such a great bike. Honestly, it's still one of my favorites. And of all the 1200cc parallel twins from Triumph, this is my favorite. It's just best of all worlds. You know, you got all that torque, you got good power, and you got comfort too. And it's, yeah. You got that really nice sound. Classic styling. Yeah, I really do like this bike quite a bit. Well, let me know what you think about the Speed Twin. I'd love to hear it. And I greatly appreciate you coming along for the ride today. And hope everybody out there stays safe and just enjoys the ride.
So turn your back